Coca-Cola is a global powerhouse in the beverage industry, with a history spanning over 135 years. The iconic brand is sold in over 200 countries and has a market value of over $240 billion, making it one of the world's most valuable companies. Coca-Cola is the second most recognized word in the world after hello. According to the Coca-Cola Company's 2021 annual report, the company sold approximately 22,000 servings every second. But did you know a dying soldier and pharmacist John Pemberton invented the much loved Coca-Cola? Let's hear a story on how he did it. Welcome to Simplified with Ashish. I'm Ashish Soni. Every week I simplify the complex topics in markets, finance and business world. So if you're interested in these topics, consider subscribing to get the simplest explanations of the most complex topics. John Pemberton, a lieutenant in the American Civil War, was not only a double degree as a doctor and pharmacist, but also a lifelong scholar. He not only kept up with the then current drug journals, but read widely in the increasingly international pharmaceutical literature. He was born in 1831 in the town of Knoxville, Georgia, and attended Southern Botanical Medical College of Georgia, where he got inspired by the revolutionary herbal practitioner Samuel Thompson. He was always obsessed with creating the most perfect medicine and the perfect drink all in one. He wanted to earn enough to fund his dream laboratory and leave money for his family. By 1879, when he was 48 years old, he knew he was out of time, as then people would only live till 42 years only. One day, he read about the miraculous drug chewed by native Peruvians and Bolivians for over 2000 years. Later, he came across a drink in Europe, Bordeaux wine, which had a healthy infusion of coca leaf which contained cocaine. This drink was called Vin Mariani and was invented by Angelo Mariani. Mariani was widely praised in Europe as a drink that had medicinal properties, eased pain, and even extended life. These inspired Pemberton to create his own formula. Pemberton's Coca-Cola was a direct imitation of Vin Mariani. He said in an article, "I have observed very closely the most approved French formula and I believe that I am now producing a much better preparation than that of Mariani." He began his experimentations. He used coca plant of Peru and wine, similar to that of Vin Mariani, and added two more ingredients, the African cola nuts and True Damiana. He called his drink French wine coca. John Pemberton believed that coca and cola nuts had several medicinal properties and health benefits. Coca leaves, the source of cocaine, were believed to have pain-relieving, stimulant and antidepressant effects. After the war, when he was wounded, he became addicted to morphine to relieve his pain, and he believed coca would cure this. Cola nuts, on the other hand, contained caffeine, which can help to stimulate the central nervous system, improve mental alertness, and reduce fatigue. In addition, cola nuts were believed to have digestive properties and could help to alleviate a variety of gastrointestinal problems. Pemberton, by combining the two ingredients, created a powerful tonic that would help to relieve a range of physical and mental ailments. He marketed French wine coca to scientists, scholars, poets, divines, lawyers, physicians, and others devoted to extreme mental exertion. He marketed his drink as a cure for nerve trouble, dyspepsia, mental and physical exhaustion, gastric irritability, constipation, sick headache, and neuralgia, etc. And soon, the sales rose, and it was thought that things were finally going well when a major problem arose. An evangelist named George lobbied hard, resulting in Atlanta being declared a dry state. John's French wine coca was hit hard as it contained wine as an alcohol. This is when John decided to experiment more and replace wine with a non-alcoholic drink, but decided to keep coca and cola nuts in the ingredients list. Throughout the winter and early spring of 1886, Pemberton obsessively experimented with this new coca and cola temperance substitute for alcohol drink, sending it down to the soda fountain at a pharmacy for repeated trial runs. He wanted to test the formula with carbonated water instead of wine, and his laboratory did not have carbonated water. He filled a big hamper-like receptacle with Chattahoochee River washed sand. The prepared ingredients of Coca-Cola were poured into the top of this filter, and the thick syrup was passed through several wagon loads of washed sand into a metal trough. There were two large kettles where sorghum and sugarcane juices were boiled. Paddles of ash similar to those used in propelling canoes stirred the liquid while it was boiled. before being taken through the filtering and fermentation process. And finally, he succeeded with the perfect formula. And almost instantly, Frank Robinson, John's accountant and bookkeeper, came up with the name Coca-Cola that not only described the true principal drug ingredients Coca and Cola, but also because it sounded nice with the two C's. And thus, Coca-Cola was born. When Atlanta repealed his prohibition laws in 1887, he resumed his focus on his original wine Coca drink. In 1888, he sold his rights of Coca-Cola for the sum of just $1,750. He died later that year on August 16. That's it from my side. In the next video, I'll talk about how Jesse Pinkman and Walter White, aka Aaron Paul and Bryan Cranston, went from cooking meth to cooking alcohol. If you don't want to miss it, subscribe and click the bell icon.